I, 24M, had an awesome date night with someone new, 30F, but a woman, 30F, I've been crushing on agreed to dinner and a movie. I, 24M, thought we'd go out but she suggested I come over for a homemade meal and a DVD at her apartment instead. The second I walked in, it felt like home. It was seriously so cozy and inviting. I admired all the knick-knacks on the walls and shelves that seemed to shed a more personal light on who she is. We had great banter and eye contact, making jokes and remaining wildly present. She prepared our plates, turned off the lights and lit some candles at the dinner table. The dish was simple but delicious. The conversation was real and deeper than surface level. The candles started dripping onto the table and I felt like I was melting with it. I seriously haven't felt this enamored since high school. After dinner we moved her TV into her bedroom to watch the movie. Our banter was so good we talked through the entire 2-hour runtime. We threw another movie on for some background noise and she snuggled up into me. She traced my tattoos and intertwined her hand in mine almost like she was trying to see if we fit. At this point I'm melting more, hanging on to every word, enjoying her warmth, physically and emotionally, and thinking to myself, wow, she is stunning. Like no BS, no filter, no makeup, absolutely stunning. She makes a comment about how it's late and we should go to bed. I took that as my cue to leave and like an awkward idiot, got up, grabbed my shoes, told her dinner was good. I said something like, that was really cool, before stumbling out the door at 1 a.m. I texted her when I got home to express again that I had a great time. Food was chef's kiss, I said. To which she replied, this chef didn't get a kiss. At this point I'm spiraling. Why didn't I kiss her? Did she want me to spend the night? Is she going to want to see me again? Did she feel what I felt? Looking back at it, I think she wanted to get more intimate, but now that I'm trying to date with intention, that thought is secondary. I am worried that I won't get another date to give that kiss or that my anxiety will be seen as immaturity. She is 6 years older than me. I know she's about to be super busy this week with work, but I told her I'd find the time if she did. I'm hoping when things settle down we can reconnect because I haven't felt this excited about a person in a long time. Too long did not read. I, 24M, got wined and dined by a beautiful woman, 30F. With a home-cooked meal by candlelight. I felt a refreshing spark for the first time in a long time. I fear I already messed up by not kissing her and expressing my admiration more clearly. What are the odds I get a second date? If this is what doesn't land you a second date, she's not as cool as you think she is. I think she's being forward with you, and it would really surprise me if it was a deal breaker. She's flirting with you still, and all she's saying is she would have kissed you. No pressure, you should go at your own speed, but this woman is very into you, and she is communicating it directly. Enjoy that. Sounds like a woman who knows men often don't pick up on subtle hints they're interested. Honestly, I think not being presumptive or too eager physically probably helped your long-term chances. It's definitely a move that shows you are not just looking for a quick shag. Honestly, it's cute, not in a negative way. If I were her, I'd be impressed you didn't immediately jump into bed. Go your own pace. It sounds like she does want another date though. Don't wait around to get another date. Make it clearly know that you had a really great time with her and that you'd love another date, and throw out a few suggestions for her to pick from. If you can tailor them to the things she mentioned she's into while you were talking, even better. Shows thought, consideration for her preferences, and keenness to see her again. She's 30, she's probably not going to be playing silly games, so direct and honest is the way to go. And if you can crack a joke about your fumble, it'll definitely help. Good luck. Wow, she pretty much put it on a platter, lol. I just found out 10 years later. M40 cheated on by F37. I 40M just found out that my partner 37F, who I've been with for 21 years, had an internet relationship 15 years ago. We have since had 2 children and another on the way. I have found cam pics and videos, but that was just part of it. I found a fragment of a conversation with another man making plans to go live with him. I am grateful for my children, they're perfect. But I am unraveling. I don't know what to do. She said that she was young and stupid and she stayed with me anyways. I really do think that she loves me. I just don't know what to do. I feel like I wish I could get certain memories erased. You need to unpack how you feel about all this to be able to figure what you need to do next. If you're unable to do that, you should find a therapist. Only you can decide what's right for you going forward, but you can't make that decision unless you understand how you actually feel about everything, beyond the obvious of being incredibly hurt. How does she still have cam pics and videos from 15 years ago? Did she actively transfer them to her current computer, phone? There's a quote somewhere that she cheated on you 10 years ago, but you just found out right now, so it's if she cheated on you right now. Do you mind if I ask how she's reacting to you knowing? Did she try and gaslight you or apologize or blow you off? Whatever you do, Don't watch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. She said that she was young and stupid and she stayed with me anyways. Wowwa, she is so kind. DNA test your kids. In case there are more along the road years. Man, I am sorry. Are there any additional details that you can provide as backstory? Her saying, I was young and stupid isn't and I stayed with you anyways doesn't seem like a good answer. Plus this is what you found. Videos, pics and some messages, with plans to live with some other guy? That type of relationship does not happen overnight. Whatever you do, get yourself a killer attorney first no matter what. If everything is fine it was a good insurance policy. If not then you will be prepared. How do I, 32F, get my husband, 39M, to understand how much his inconsiderate behavior hurts? TLDR. My husband constantly does little things that show he isn't thinking about anyone but himself. I need help addressing this because I'm at the end of my patience. I've tried talking to him, been together 12 years now, about it but either get brushed off in the moment as it being unimportant, or if I try to have a more serious discussion and bring up multiple examples, then I'm looking for problems and he can't do anything right. Examples of the behaviors I'm talking about. He leaves his clothes in the middle of pathways. We don't have a lot of free floor space, so when his clothes are in the middle of the floor or in a literal doorway, I can't just walk around them. He constantly steals my chargers, even though he has literally twice as many charging cables and AC adapters as I do. Mine are just more convenient. Of the 5 pillows we have on the bed, he uses 4. If I get to bed after him, he will use all 5, and I have to ask him for mine back, which makes him pissy because he's already comfortable and asleep. This past week we went on vacation. Our room had 5 outlets we could use for charging devices. I asked him for 1. At this point, I'm not even asking for a 50-50 split, I'm just trying to have the bare minimum to get myself by. He still kept unplugging my stuff to charge his, sometimes even when there were other outlets available and going unused. He has no qualms waking me up. I have chronic pain and trouble sleeping on a good day, but he will turn on the bedroom lights and leave them on. Lately he's started talking to me when I'm asleep, launching into random questions or saying things that I definitely don't need to be told at 2 a.m. While on vacation, I got the flu. I bought some Dayquil for myself because I was sick. I got to take 1 dose out of the pack, then my husband took some, proactively in case he gets sick, which isn't how Dayquil works anyway, and then he proceeded to take the rest of the pack because his throat was starting to hurt. So out of an entire pack of Dayquil I bought for myself because I was miserable, I got to use 1 dose. And then when his sore throat turned into the same flu I had, we were out of Dayquil because he took it all, and he moaned and groaned and asked me to go buy him some Dayquil and NyQuil. No mention of the fact that I was still sick as well, that maybe I need some meds too and also don't feel like going out to the store. If I bring up that these things bother me when they're happening, then he brushes it off and says it doesn't matter and it's not a big deal. If I try to show him the pattern of the things he does, and bring up multiple examples, then I'm accused of nagging because I'm in a bad mood, or he goes into his, well I guess I just can't do anything right, bullcrud. How do I get him to see that this stuff actually matters? Or am I talking to a brick wall at this point? Have you considered that he knows how much this annoys you, and is doing it purposefully to be cruel or obnoxious? Your husband knows exactly how you feel, and DGAF. How many years you'll put up with this is your decision. I think it's clear that he knows, he just doesn't give a shit. He's a 40-year-old man, not a child. He ignored your attempts to discuss it because that would inconvenience him. There's no magic combination of words you can say to make him care. This exact thing was happening to me and he was trying to get me to leave. This man doesn't love you or care about you. This isn't love or a marriage. There is a man and a marriage out there for you where it is 50-50 or better and you don't even have to ask for it. It's given freely because that's love and respect. You deserve this basic human right. You are worth it. Start making your plans to move out and move on. It never, ever fails to amaze me what women will put up with in a male partner. I can't even imagine this being my life, being thought so little of by my partner. Mind-blowing. I was exhausted just reading that. I don't know if anyone has ever said this to you, but you're worth so much more. You deserve so much better. My 32F husband, 38M, wants nothing to do with my family. Is divorce my only option? Sorry for how long this is going to be, but I really need to get it off my chest. We've been together for 10 years and married for 2. We've been through so much together over the years and he's done a lot for me. We met through family. He has some family, basically all of his dad's side, in France, my home country. To add more relevant context, his uncle was married to my aunt for 20 years until he passed this year. They had no kids together. We met during one of his trips and we hit it off immediately. We did some long distance, and I eventually came to the US for school. We moved in together, he supported me through college, I achieved more than I could have ever imagined thanks to him. We had the best wedding and we were trying to start a family. He's always gotten along with my family, although he would only see them during our visits abroad, or when they came to visit us in the US. The turning point was when his uncle in France passed tragically and unexpectedly from a terminal illness this March. That's when things went downhill. He blamed mine and his family for believing the diagnosis and the doctors and not doing more research. He despises everyone who was involved in his care because he thinks they let him die in order to get his inheritance. During this illness, my father made a comment saying that he should write a will. He was only given a month to live. And from there my husband started saying that my father is a materialistic man and doesn't want him around or in our house. He now extended his contempt to everyone there, his cousins and my whole family including my parents. He said that if I want to see them, I can go travel abroad by myself anytime I want and he'll never take part in that. Also that if they want to come see us here, he will make sure to book a flight and go see his mother out of state until they leave. He said that this is the only way things will ever work out if he never sees them again. This is so heavy on my heart. I'm tired of lying for him, justifying his actions, having to constantly tell my parents that he's busy or sleeping when they say hi over the phone. I'm tired of traveling alone without him. I feel lonely and overwhelmed. I am seriously considering divorce, although I love him so much and hope every day that he changes his mind. I also feel like starting over would crush me. There is nothing I wanted more than a happy relationship, having kids, and living a happy and simple family life. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Why are you lying? Stop lying. Dad, my husband is not here because he has not processed his grief. He is blaming the family for uncle's passing. Obviously that is untrue, but he can't be convinced otherwise. He needs more time to grieve. Your husband needs grief counseling. Tell them the truth. Your husband is grieving and very angry about the circumstances surrounding his uncle's death, and he doesn't want to see anyone for a while. If I understand correctly, that includes his own cousins, so it's not just your family. Long story short, he's mad at everyone because the doctors were correct. Your husband is having an unhealthy grieving response. If it's not getting to the point of acceptance, then I would encourage him to go to therapy. And if he wants to continue to go down this dark path like this, blaming everyone else for something that was impossible to intervene, especially with no hope for change, then I would honestly consider divorce, unfortunately. I'd push him towards grief counseling if you can. I would make my husband go to grief counseling. It is common for people who are grieving to run through what if scenarios in their head and try to find a scenario where there's a different outcome. They look for someone to blame and sometimes fix on someone or something to blame because that's easier than feeling all the pain of grieving and accepting that there's no way to avoid that pain. Many people express their pain and grief by getting angry. Your husband is in pain and he needs help to live through this. It sounds like he's having a paranoid break with reality and deep grief, the kind of grief that causes an existential crisis. Tell everyone what's going on. If he wants to yell at everyone or ignore everyone, let him. If they want to intervene or give him space, let them. You cannot control the narrative in this out-of-control situation. He needs serious help and intervention. This is a really bizarre situation and I'm sorry you're in it. I would hope someone, like his mom, would suggest grief counseling or a men's processing group to him. This is pretty over the top. I also think you need to stop covering for him with your family, and his husband is really struggling with the death of Uncle X and feels like everyone is to blame for this tragedy. Therefore, I can come see you, but he isn't ready to talk to anyone right now. There is something deeper going on here and I would seek your own therapy to figure out how to navigate this situation. The uncle passed less than a year ago.